Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wayne's World of Science and Technology. Today we're going to talk about the absolutely incredible meeting in Alaska between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. Well, the world's on edge. What's going to happen? The short answer is probably not a hell of a lot. Trump has consistently overestimated the amount of power that he holds. And this means that even if he thinks he may be able to pull something off here, the odds of him actually doing it are like really low. My personal guess is about 1%. He'd have to convince Vladimir Putin to withdraw totally from all of Ukraine, including Crimea. And that isn't going to happen. If Putin was to withdraw from Crimea, he would be 6 feet under the next day. That's just the way it is. Russia is an authoritarian state. It revolves around the strength of the leader. And if the leader loses, he's out. So, there's that. Second, nobody else is going to agree to go along with it. Ukraine isn't going to agree. Most of Europe isn't going to agree. Canada isn't going to agree. Australia, Japan. There's just so many countries that are backing Ukraine that are not going to agree with this. And they aren't going to let it happen. Okay, yeah, Trump could refuse to sell any weapons to anybody, but he's all about making deals and selling stuff, and he wants to sell stuff. And he can't sell it if everybody says, okay, fine. If he turns around and says, oh, we got to stop this now, we're going to stop selling weapons, and everybody else says, okay, fine, we'll just buy weapons from somewhere else. What does that do for the United States? Now, yes, I know switching weapon suppliers is difficult. You can't do it quickly. It would cause problems in Ukraine immediately. But Ukraine has already managed to boost their own production to the point where, in my opinion, this would not be crippling. It would hurt. They'd lose territory for a while. But the Russians are actually in far worse shape than the Ukrainians are. The only reason the Russians are advancing at the current time is that they are willing to waste bodies. The losses that they are taking are totally unsustainable. Irregardless, people keep telling you, oh, Russia's winning, they're moving forward. Yeah, they are. But what do they have left at the end of the move forward? Not much. So I don't see any chance of anything at all happening here. Basically, this is just a big waste of time. It's a big nothing burger that has managed to take over a lot of the conversation online and the world's press, apparently. Not that I pay a hell of a lot of attention to the press anyway, but the point is that this is not going to do anything. You got a bunch of people speculating, oh, this could happen, that could happen. It could be Munich again, or whichever one it was that divided up Czechoslovakia before World War II. That is not likely to be the case. Too many people remember what happened. Too many of the people who remember what happened are the people right next to Ukraine and who are directly affected by all this. They don't want another war busting out past the borders of Ukraine. And right now, let's see, the Russians have basically stated that any place that was ever part of Russia is still part of Russia as far as they're concerned. That means they want to conquer Finland. They want to conquer Estonia, Lithuania, Poland, East Germany, the eastern part of Germany, in other words. They want to take everything back. And there are just too many people, too many countries who are not going to allow that. It may even come to the point of, though I don't think so at the present time, I don't think it's needed. It may come to the point of some troops actually being deployed into Ukraine by Western countries to act as backup, not front line, but to take over the back line task, which would free up more people to go to the front line for Ukraine. That is likely to happen if Trump tries to pull some bullshit deal. He can't do it. I mean, yeah, he can come out and say, oh, I've done this, I've done that. He's already come out a bunch of times and said, I've done this, I got a deal with Japan. And it turns out that the deal, according to the Japanese, isn't finalized. I've got a deal with China. Well, it isn't finalized. I mean, how would you trust this guy? Well, obviously, there are a lot of people in the United States population who trusted him, or he wouldn't have got elected. But as far as the rest of the world is concerned, it's pretty well a non-starter. Anyways, that's it for now. I hope you have a good day, folks. Like, share, and subscribe if you got anything good out of this, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.